Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday and we are 2 days out from state show. I can't believe I'm saying it, it's fucked. So right now I'm on the way to get my first coat of tan and I'm just, nearly ran a red light. Anyway, so I'm on the way for my first coat of tan and I can't believe it, like all the appointments are starting. So I got my nails done yesterday, I got a facial with Liam last Friday as well. Today obviously I'm getting my first coat of tan and then it will be the same time tomorrow morning. So it's at 9:15 today, 9:15 tomorrow for my second coat, and then I've got my blow dry later that afternoon, tomorrow afternoon. So yeah, I'm just so excited. So this morning Taylor came over, looked at mine and Liam's physiques, and then provided us with the carbs that we are having. So today I'm having 500 grams again, so I'm doing the exact same thing as what I was yesterday. So 500 grams, 5 liters of water, yeah, like low expenditure. I do have a full body session today as well. I was wanting to train before my tan, but I'm gonna have to do it after. So yeah, I don't know, hopefully I can rinse off this first coat after a few hours, but I don't think I do, so that's gonna be a little bit gross trying to train with tan on. So I'm just gonna be looking like a homeless fucking chiquito or something like that. Chiquito? No, that's not the word. Cheese ball or something, I don't know. Anyway, so you would have seen my bikini this morning in my check-in. So I'm wearing beautiful red color with like a couple of fuchsia stones on there. But yeah, I figured this will be up after show day anyway, so there we go. I'm probably just going to record dribs and drabs for you over the next couple of days of the remainder of my peak week, so obviously today and tomorrow, and then I'll try and do a show day vlog. I'm not promising a whole bunch of content just because obviously I really want to focus on the day and be present and, you know, not get myself anxious or anything like that. I will have a friend in the crowd just like recording on his phone, but yeah, no promises with amazing content for show day. I really just want to enjoy the day, but there's not a whole lot to update you with really. I think last time we spoke was in my fat load, so I did a 3-day fat load, and now obviously I'm carving up. First meal you would have seen was absolutely amazing. So that had oats, rice flour, banana, blueberries, limp chocolate and cinnamon and some cracks of salt on the top. And I'm really fucking full now, like, because yesterday obviously was my first day of carb up. I'm like, it's crazy, the first day I'm like, oh, I'm so starving, but now I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really full. Also had my daily greens, so my vitality switch, which I have every single morning, followed by a coffee, and yeah, and then the rest of the day I'll just be sipping on water and probably more coffees to be honest. I do have a bit of client work today as well, so semi-busy but not too bad today. But I will see you after my tan. Alrighty, base coat is on and we are looking like a chica baby. Oh my god, I'm getting so fucking excited. But it is like, I don't know, it's probably like 15 degrees or something like that. And it was so cold, just like standing there butt ass naked with cold and wet tan. Like, oh, it literally was feeling like I was like getting shot. Like, it was so cold. But oh my god, shit's getting real and I'm just like so fucking excited. So this tan we don't wash off until the morning, so we got to sleep with this on, wash it off, no soap or anything like that, and then we get our second base coat tomorrow morning. So because Nationals is only a week later for our state, she said to just kind of like try and leave it on, so I'm just gonna like moisturize heaps and heaps and heaps like every single day just to try and keep it as even as possible, whereas last time I competed I think we had 3 weeks between, so I just like was trying to exfoliate every single day. But yeah, it's so exciting. I can't wait. I do need to train at some point. I was really hoping I could have washed off my tan prior, but obviously can't wash off till the morning, so I still feel a bit wet, but that's just like how you feel. Like, you're not actually wet, but like you feel it. But I'll probably go home, do a little bit of client work first, and then have my next meal, and then probably go to gym. So I will see you in a little bit. Alrighty, it is time for meal 2. So this will be my pre-workout meal. I've just got the kettle on now to boil, but I'm just going to be having rice flour. I honestly cannot be fucked like setting up the camera and showing you guys how I make it, but I'll just show you the end result. But I have smashed out a whole bunch of client check-ins, so I've just got one more to go, so I'll do that while my food's digesting. But I'm setting timers for like 2.5 to 3 hours after each meal, just to optimize my digestion and just to kind of keep my focus off the food, because like I find when your carbs are higher, you're more food focused and you're like, oh my god, when's my next meal? But if I'm setting a timer, it's like, no, it's not time, and that holds me accountable to like prioritize digestion and stuff. So I will show you the final product, I guess. Alrighty, so a fair few hours has passed. I've trained, I've smashed out my client work, I've actually edited my next 2 vlogs as well. I have had a meal, but I'll just show you this one that I'm having. So it's the exact same as what I had before. So it is 125 grams of jasmine rice, dry weight, 2 mils of ghee butter, and 150 grams of chicken. So I'm just cooking that now. So I just cook the tenderloins for 3 minutes each side, and then chop it up, add my herbs and spices in there, and enjoy. Also, I do have to run off at about 7:30 just to get my bikini altered, because it kind of was falling down when I was posing. So we just need to touch that up, and then that's pretty much it for the rest of the day. Just gonna kick our feet up. Liam has already hit his steps. But yeah, that's it really. Next meal is ready. So I've just got some chicken and rice. Liam's got an amazing looking bowl there.
Cream of rice.
Looks so good. Did you put oat flour in it too?
No.
Ah. So he's just got cream of rice with berries, banana, some syrup, and yeah.
And some
salt.
Some protein.
Some protein. Yeah, so mine is very simple. I'm probably going to add a little bit of stevia to it actually. So I've been really liking this on top of it. It's actually like really fucking nice. Kind of gives it like a honey chicken vibe without the honey, without the carbs. But we are going to enjoy this and then see you for the next meal. Finishing that off, Liam and I are just having some decaf. So we've been like really hooked on these. Like I literally lose count how many I have a day. They're so fucking good. But we are just chilling out now. So Liam's got a little bit of CBum on the TV. So we're just gonna have our decaf and then have our next meal. Bikini is touched up and I'm about to have my last meal. So I've just got a bunch of rice cakes here. So I've got 50 grams worth there, and I have got 300 grams of mashed banana. So I'm just going to put that on top of my rice cakes, top it with some cinnamon, maybe some sugar-free maple, and that is my last meal. But that is all from me today, and I will see you in the morning. Good morning. It is Friday and it's just before 7 and I'm talking quietly because Liam is asleep. But I'm getting so excited. So I just washed off my tan. I'm not gonna lie, I really struggled to sleep last night because I just like kept thinking about being on stage and kept thinking about my posing and stuff. So I've been awake since about 6ish, but I'm just going to do a little bit of client work here. So I just got my little setup. So I'm just going to do that until Liam gets up, and then I'm going to practice a little bit of posing just because my heels are really loud in the house and I don't want to wake him. So I'm just waiting for him to get up, and Taylor will be here in like just over an hour to look at our physiques and give us our carbs for today. I just can't believe it. One last day. So at 9:15 I have got my next base of 10, and then 1:45 I've got my blow dry for my hair, and then straight from there I'm just going to go to athletes registration and get my athlete number. So I'm just going to get stuck into my client work until Liam wakes up, and then practice some posing before I get the tan on. Alrighty, I am just out the front, about to get my tan. I just got here a couple of minutes early, so I thought I would jump on and have a little chat. So today I am having 400 grams of carbs, so we've dropped, whereas last week I got up to 600 grams, but I think that's just because my expenditure is a lot lower, so we just don't want to risk me spilling with the less expenditure. So yeah, we're just dropping them, just better to be safe than sorry. So this morning I've just had a bowl of oats and I'm literally just eating the exact same thing today, just obviously in smaller portions with less carbs. But the nerves are kicking in a fair bit. I was like trying to practice posing this morning and I was like shaking and stuff because I was just getting nervous. I mean, it was also very cold. But yeah, I'm definitely a little bit nervous now. I just keep on replaying my routine in my head and then I'll just get distracted. So yeah, getting a little bit overwhelmed now, but I know it's just all a part of it and it's simply just because I care. But yeah, I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes and then head in and I will see you after my next coat. Alrighty, time is 1:30. It's not focusing. Have I spoken to you since I came home? No, I don't think I have. But I have obviously had my tan. I have eaten a little bit, went to Coles, quickly grabbed a couple of rice cakes and stuff like that, just some bits and pieces. But I'm now on the way to the salon. And then straight from there I'll be going to the athletes registration. I might come home first and get Liam, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm really just trying to calm my nerves at the moment. Like, I'm low-key getting a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit nervous, but I know it's just because I care. But yeah, I just need to remember the work is done. So yeah, I'm just like back and forth sending a few photos throughout the day to my coach as well, just kind of like monitoring how my body's responding to all the carbs and stuff. But that is pretty much all I had to say for now, and I'll speak to you soon. Alrighty guys, hair is done. I have registered and my number is 42. Nerves are setting in, but I'm so excited. But sitting in peak hour, so I thought I would have a chat now. So I'm probably just going to head home, have my last 2 meals, and then just kick my feet up. Probably going to switch my phone off just so that way I can calm myself a little bit more. Good morning. It is show day. So it is just before 6 a.m. The boys have just left, so Liam's on the way now. The boys actually have to get there he's meant to be there now. Anyway, the boys are meant to be there at 6 for their tans. Girls don't need to be there till 8, but I will be leaving here probably just after 7 anyway, because I need my first meal at 7:30, whereas if I like try and get there at 8, I have to leave at 7:30 and then I'd be eating while I'm driving. First world problems. Anyway, so my first meal I'm currently making, so I've got like half and half oats and flour. I'm going to top it with some banana and then I'm going to have some chicken, which I'll probably eat on the side. A little bit of a weird combo. I've also had a shot of coffee as well, just because I don't want to be having too many liquids today. So Taylor has just come over. He's just had a look at both of our physiques and he's decided our macros for today. So my first meal, I believe, is 25 protein, 5 fat and 65 carb. And then I'll have a little bit less carb later at 10:30, and we may or may not eat again at 1:30. But yeah, I probably won't do too much filming today. I really just want to be present, calm my nerves, enjoy the day, and I'm probably not going to take this camera in there. I'm just going to like vlog off of my phone, and my friend will be vlogging or like recording show day for me, just in the audience, just on their phone as well. So no promises for good quality, but I appreciate every single one of you for watching anyway, and it's super exciting. I just cannot believe it is show day already. So I'm going to continue making my meal now, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Just practiced a couple rounds of posing and I'm feeling so much better. I think like yesterday, like you know when you're carving up and well, some of you might not know, but when you're like carving up and then, you know, you're feeling a little bit fluffy, a little bit bloated, and you're trying to practice your posing, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna look fat tomorrow. But I'm feeling so much better. Sorry, I'm just stirring about my chicken. But I have got a couple of my meals just like in sandwich bags, and I'll take rice cakes with me. But I'm getting so excited. Like, I feel so much better after just practicing a couple of rounds. I think I just needed like some time by myself because I've been around people a little bit. But yeah, I'm just getting so excited, and like my phone's blowing up with good luck messages, and I'm just so grateful for absolutely everyone. Obviously my coach, my partner, my family, my friends, everyone on Instagram and like YouTube and stuff. So I'm getting excited. But I just wanted to jump on and quickly say that. So I'm going to finish cooking my meals, wait a little bit, and then leave about 7ish and just chill out. Alrighty, meal is in, about to get my next coat of tan and then just chill out. Oh yeah, Chico toes. Alrighty, tan is on, got the hair net going, but we are ready. Alrighty, I am home. I just had a little treat. It was kind of like a protein snack, probably only like 200 calories, but I enjoyed that with Liam. So that is it for this episode, and now on to the next. We are going to nationals, so prep still continues for another week. But I just wanted to thank every single one of you for watching. Very, very happy. Went from not placing last year to 2 seconds. So second place in bikini novice and open. So very, very happy. But the work's not done. Hello everyone. My God, it has been such a long time. This has been a very long time coming. It actually feels a bit weird talking to the camera after all this time. So we are, I don't even know how many weeks post-show we are. I will have to have a look at my data. So we are going into 11 weeks post-show. So we're about 10 and a half weeks post-show. Obviously it has been a long time. My cheeks probably are a lot chubbier than when we last spoke. So I thought I would finally record my outro. I honestly, clearly had been putting it off for a very, very long time. I think just towards the end of prep, it was like, I was just kind of like losing my love for it in a way. Like I was super, super fatigued without really realizing it. Like I think when you're in prep and at the end of prep, you just get so accustomed to it and so used to it that you kind of think that is the norm. Like I just didn't want to be spoken to. I didn't want to be speaking, and I just wanted to preserve as much energy as possible. And yeah, I didn't record between states and nationals because I really just wanted to ease as much anxiety as possible and just kind of chill out. And then it was like, as soon as I broke the habit of like getting good content or like YouTube content, it was like, oh, can't be fucked. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next week. And then it was like, I had a pimple and I was like, oh, I'll record next week or when it goes. And then I was like, oh, I need to wash my hair. I'll do it tomorrow. So I really was just making up excuses and just putting it off. So here we are. But I thought I would just kind of dive into like show day for states, show day for nationals, and just go from there. I haven't planned anything to say. I'm just gonna kind of let my tongue do the talking, or let it roll. I don't even know. You guys know I'm a little bit of a spastic. But so state show, oh my God, it's like I can't even remember now. It was just, it happened so fast. Like show day, literally, it feels like it's like 2 seconds. And that's why as well, you can't be, you know, destination focused. You really have to be journey focused, because literally once you get to the end of the journey, it's like, it's just done. And show day is just so bittersweet. Like it's just so lovely. You know, all the competitors like who have shared that same journey as you, and just like, it's just like the end of the journey. So I mean, obviously it's never really the end if you plan to compete again and again and again. And you know, if you do choose this sport, or even just health and fitness in general, you realize it's kind of a never ending journey. Like you're constantly working on yourself. But anyway, I keep rambling. It's like I've got all this extra energy now. So state show, I placed second in novice and open. I was obviously very, very proud of myself, because my first show I did not place in anything whatsoever. I didn't place at my state show, and I didn't place at nationals. When I didn't place at state shows, my first comp, I was really, really devastated. But then when I didn't place at nationals, I wasn't upset at all. I honestly was just like proud that I had worked that extra mile for another 3 weeks and my physique was improved. So state show, I was a little bit disheartened because I knew how improved I was and how hard I worked. So I was kind of like proud but not satisfied, but I was so happy with my physique. I got a little bit of feedback on the day, so I kind of just asked, oh, what would it have taken to you know, place first? What will it take to do a little bit better at nationals? And they actually said, firstly, the conditioning, I just needed to be a little bit more conditioned, like the girl who placed first, who looked absolutely incredible. She had a very, very tight midsection, which I feel like we looked fairly similar regarding our midsection, but her hamstrings were a little bit more developed and a little bit more conditioned. So that's what I kind of took back from that. And they also said my posing let me down. So that really, really got to me, because I put so much pressure on myself for posing. You know, in the last 2 weeks of last 2 weeks of prep, I literally was posing like 2-3 times a day. I was doing it for minimum 20 minutes every single time I was practicing, and I was putting so much pressure on myself that I literally was like having panic attacks that was like waking me up about, you know, falling on stage or just not being good enough with my posing. So that really, really upset me. They said that my posing was a bit too slow and I wasn't hitting my poses fast enough, just because the way I was taught and the way I practiced was like really, really slow, like feel the movements and really sink into the hips, like all those things. So after that, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna work twice as hard towards, you know, training and stuff like that. But I'm literally just gonna let go of posing. Like, it obviously, the way I practiced let me down. I put way too much pressure on myself. So then I was like, you know what, I'm probably barely going to practice before nationals. I did like a couple of practice rounds here and there, like whenever I was training, of course. Like, I can't not practice, of course. But I literally was like, whatever, I'm just going to speed it up. I'm not going to worry too much. I'm just going to hit my poses and that's it. I'm not going to do all this fancy fucking, you know how it is. So yeah, I was like, whatever, I'm just going to go in it more chill, just going to enjoy myself, whatever happens, happens. So leading up to nationals, we flew up to Brisbane a few days later and kind of just chilled in our Airbnb, just obviously got in our cardio, got in our meals, training, everything like that. And nationals was absolutely amazing. I was not nervous at all. I mean, had a little bit of nerves before getting on stage, but stage show, I was so nervous. Like, Liam and I were pretty much just laying down on the floor, eyes closed, headphones on. We're just like zen, just trying to calm down. Well, Liam is very, very chill, but yeah, I put so much pressure on myself and I was so anxious all day. Whereas nationals, I just, as I said, let go of everything and I had the best day, and I just met all of the lovely girls that I prepped with, you know, from Melbourne, Queensland, New South Wales, all the other states, and everyone was just so lovely, and it was just so beautiful to share some really, really nice moments backstage. Like, I feel like nationals is always a lot more chilled, simply because everyone's kind of got their nerves out of the way and everyone's just got more expectation of what the day will be like. So yeah, it was honestly like so bittersweet. Like, I feel like I'm kind of getting teary now, but it was just such a beautiful day, and I was so happy with my look. I was way happier with like my makeup, my physique. I wasn't too happy with my posing just because it was so rushed. I'll actually display a little video for you here. So I will display for you my routine leading onto the stage for the novice. Was it novice? Yeah, the novice class. I personally didn't really like my posing at nationals just because, as I said, it was so rushed. I didn't really get into my poses as good as I should. But having said that, I ended up winning Best Poser Award in Australia when I wasn't trying. So I wasn't surprised that I got it because I knew how hard I worked to nail my posing. But at the same time, I was a little bit shocked because I wasn't trying. So I guess, you know, my message to anyone from what I learned from that is try not to take yourself so seriously and try not to put so much pressure on yourself, because sometimes you surprise yourself when you kind of let go of all those negative emotions. So yeah, so that is how it happened. My placing I was happy with. So in the novice class, I placed a 3rd. So I'm just so over the moon that I made the podium for a national event. Because as I said, last year I didn't place in anything. So I was super pleased with that. There was honestly so many amazing competitors, and the level's just getting better and better every single year. Like the physiques are absolutely insane, and yeah, just the conditioning and everything like that. And then opens, unfortunately I didn't place, but I still managed a 4th, and all of the girls who did place looked absolutely incredible. So 2 of the girls that placed in the novice, 1st and 2nd, they also placed in the open, so they were so deserving of it. They actually had the same posing coach as me as well, so we kind of knew each other. We were hugging backstage, and it was just so wholesome. So prior to nationals, my coach and I did talk about competing overseas. So I think there was a show in Canada which was, I think it was 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks after nationals, and we're like, yep, we'll do it, let's do it. But then I made the decision, I cannot talk. I made the decision after not placing in opens that I wouldn't compete overseas, because I kind of thought, well, if I'm not going to place in open in Australia, I probably have a bit more work to do, a lot more to progress from there. So I decided not to do that, and also just funds and stuff like that as well. So I was like, I'll just give it a break, work hard, and then decide in the future. So that is that. I am still waiting for feedback, and that's also another reason why, because I was like, I would love to provide you guys with the exact feedback that I got from the judges. I have actually asked 3 times now for it, so unfortunately I do not have any feedback to provide you from my physique, but I could kind of assume, just comparing me next to the other girls that placed in a higher ranking than me, so I could see that those girls had a little bit more of a V taper. So from that I was like, okay, I need to grow more delts. Of course, we always need bigger delts. A little bit more of a wider back. My middle back is very nutty, which we don't need to work on, so it's really just that outer. And then I could also see my upper glute was not as full and juicy, so definitely need to work on the upper glute. And then, as I mentioned from state show, need a bit more of hands. I need more hamstring development and conditioning. But the hard thing is that they say they don't like blocky abs. And my abs were extremely blocky, like literally uncontrollable, and I had to do this thing to like brace my core to kind of hide the abs and soften them. So obviously if I was to get more condition to reveal my hamstrings more, then my abs would have been even crazier. So but at the end of the day, you can't control where your fat comes from, where it comes back, etc. So yeah, so that is my little chit chat based off of show day. Now I will get stuck into a little bit of post-show, how I have been and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna lie, it has been quite rocky. It is a very common thing for people to experience post-show blues. Personally, I didn't really experience it until 3 or 4 weeks later. So the first 2 weeks post-show, I really wasn't struggling with food. Personally, I didn't actually want to be eating shit food. Like, I absolutely loved all my healthy meals. I love my salads. I love all my creative macro-friendly meals. And I just really didn't have the craving for all that shit food. And So Liam and I competed on different days. So on the Saturday, I was like, I'm not going to eat donuts or anything like that. I'll just have like a steak with my family, just because I kind of wanted to enjoy the shit food with Liam. Like I felt like because we shared the prep journey, we should kind of share like that moment of eating shit. So I was like, whatever, I'll have a steak with my family, because my family lives in Brisbane. And I think it actually made me a bit sick. I don't know if it was the butter on the vegetables or if the steak was off or something like that, but the next day I felt so fucking sick. And even the night before, I was like, I do not feel good. And then watching Liam's show, I was kind of like just feeling sick all day. And then yeah, I could barely digest any donuts or Cinnabon or anything with Liam, so it was very, very sad. I ate like a few bits here and there. We actually extended our holiday as well, so we spent I think like 10 days there or something like that, and it was so nice just to have time with Liam, be away and just not think about prep for a bit and just enjoy ourselves. But we were kind of just like eating mindfully, training and stuff like that, and we didn't really eat shit until the very end of the holiday. That's kind of what I remember. And yeah, and then for about 2 weeks post show, I was still super strict on myself. I probably was actually under eating, I believe. So the macros that Taylor prescribed me, I was eating a little bit under that regarding my carbs, simply because I just felt like I wasn't digesting them. Like I was just retaining so much fluid and it was uncomfortable. But I guess you kind of have to remember, you have to push past that discomfort to eventually get used to it in a way. So I definitely was under eating. And then he increased my calories again. And at that same point, I had sprained my ankle. And if you guys know me, you know I'm like a little puppy. I love my steppies. I love being active, love being independent. I walk absolutely everywhere. Like I'm literally that friend who will be like, oh, we'll just walk. And it's like an 8-hour walk. So I just felt like I had lost so much independence. I was emotional. I was just bored as fuck. And then I kind of started emotionally eating a little bit, and then came my check-in and I was just horrified by how I looked. And from there, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been overly happy with what I've been seeing in the mirror. And I think, you know, all of your decisions and actions and stuff like that are a lot of the time emotionally based or emotionally triggered, however you want to say it. So I feel like I have been struggling more now than what I was earlier, simply because now I've started caving into those cravings. And when you cave into those cravings, you actually crave them more. Like there's literally studies shown about sugar and what's the word? MCG? No, what is it? I think I've got a delivery. MSG and stuff like that, and it actually like wires your brain. Well, I don't even know the terminology, but like it's literally forms an addiction and you really struggle to stop. Oh my god, I'll be back.
These are my sandals.
I am so excited. So just quick little chit chat in between this. That's a little sneak peek of something that I have to announce. So if you guys would like to know what my little announcement is, that will be my next video. So I've told myself I'm going to record at least once a week. I don't really know what kind of avenue I'm going to go, because obviously all of my vlogs were basically just prep based. It wasn't really, you know, obviously it was like full days of eating, training and stuff like that. So I don't really know what road I'm going to go down, but I'm getting puffed because I've just got so much to talk about. So yeah, I don't really know what I will kind of do from here. Like I feel like I might do a little bit more education, just like general chit chats and stuff like that. But I do want to start being a little bit more active. So big announcement, which will be in my next video, and I'm just super excited to share with you guys. But anyway, back to the egg. So yeah, so I feel like lately I have been struggling with food a fair bit, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not prioritizing my mental health as much. So, you know, I feel like it is super easy to break the good habits and create bad ones, and it's like really hard to reverse it back. So I feel like I have let myself go in a way where I'm not prioritizing like morning affirmations and stuff as much. I'm, you know, sleeping in, going to bed late and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like I definitely am not doing all those things that I was doing in prep to make myself feel any better mentally, but it is way more common than people think. And I think it's super important to be as transparent as possible. Speaking of, my transparency is what has gotten me this opportunity that is on the floor. So this person actually watched my YouTube videos, well, one of them, and reached out. So yeah, oh, I just want to tell you guys, but next video, I need to control myself. So yeah, I feel like I do have a few updates for you guys as well. So I actually left my casual job. So now I am working full-time for myself. So I'm a full-time online coach. Also, I have started personal training. So for any of my Adelaide-based gals or boys, I am personal training in person and I honestly am loving it. I've got a few clients already and honestly the whole time I'm just like smiling. Like I find it so much fun and it's just so rewarding and so fulfilling. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. I am really, really enjoying it. I also am an affiliate now for TMJ Apparel. So I have a code for them. So it is KELLIS. So KELLIS. So you can get a free gift at the checkout with any apparel. And then I will give you a little announcement in the next vlog. But yeah, I think as well, that is what has, cause a little bit of struggle with like adherence and just routine and stuff, because I don't have that full-time work routine anymore. I'm kind of just at home all the time. And I think when I'm bored, that's when I want to eat as well. And then I also kind of like go to bed feeling less fulfilled because I don't have that set routine. And then, you know, PTing at weird times, like sometimes 7:30, whereas tomorrow I'm PTing at 4 a.m. and I have not gotten up at 3 a.m. before going to the gym in probably like 3 years. So I purposely got up at 5 a.m. this morning, went for a walk with some girls, which was lovely, just to kind of prepare myself. So yeah, so just like, I don't know, like just not having a set routine. I think that's kind of what I'm struggling with as well, but we will get there. So I think that is all from me for this vlog. It has been absolutely lovely. And just like talking to you guys, it's really made me realize that I do actually miss this. I think I just like had to bite the bullet and just do it. Like I think it's initially just like getting the camera out and just knowing you have to edit. But then when you actually do it, it's like, oh, it's so much fun. But yeah, I must say I do definitely love having energy at the moment and just like hanging out with friends and just prioritizing my relationship and stuff. Like just prioritizing the people I love. Like it's just so nice to just like have energy for the important people in your life. So anyway, that is all from me for now. We do have a little plan set in place. It could change, it could not, but at this rate, we will probably do about a 20 to 22 week build and then about a 20-week 20-week prep, which then we will compete and it might be overseas. So that is all I know for now. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in my next vlog with my little announcement and I am just so excited. Can't wait. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in the next one.